Supine pelvic tilt. Supine pelvic tilt starts off on your back with your knees bent. It is a way for you to learn how the pelvis, the lumbar spine, and the cervical spine all move together. So there are three major things that I want you to think about as you're moving through this position. The first is anterior pelvic tilt is when your low back is arched off the floor. Posterior pelvic tilt is when your low back is pushed down into the floor. These are called our end range positions. As we move through those end range positions, we have what's called our transition phase. So we transition from anterior pelvic tilt to posterior pelvic tilt. As we transition, we need to make sure that we are inhaling. As we reach those two end range positions, anterior pelvic tilt and posterior pelvic tilt, we want to make sure that we are exhaling. We want to continue to exhale for however long we possibly can, and that's going to dictate how long we hold those end range positions. The third and final thing I want you to think about as you're doing this is the relationship of the cervical spine and the lumbar spine. As the lumbar spine arches off the ground, or as your pelvis goes into anterior pelvic tilt, your cervical spine should come down into flexion. As you go back into lumbar flexion or press down into the floor with your spine, your lumbar spine, and as you tilt your pelvis posteriorly, your cervical spine should go backwards or up into extension. This is the supine pelvic tilt.